How's it going, guys? Josh here, aka Olufemi.
Hey guys, it's Matt Coleman.
Matt is an incredible international director and editor based in Australia, but in this video we're going to specifically talk about his experience as a drone pilot. We're going to be talking about 20 cinematic drone movements that's going to take your footage from this level up to this level.
In my opinion, professional drone footage has to be based off purposeful movement.
So I feel like it's purposeful movement as well as shooting according to historical precedents. I feel like based on what I've seen, if you mimic drone footage to mimic older pieces of film technology, like say a jib or a heavier helicopter, I feel like always adds to the footage's production value and credibility. So 20 cinematic drone movements. Matt, let's get to it.
All right guys, we're gonna start with the push away reveal and the pull in reveal. This is a great way to blend your establishing shot with a more medium shot to reveal your main subject. If you wanna be a little bit fancy, you can add an arc to the previous shot. This could be a little bit more challenging, but giving that extra axis of movement really adds depth to the shot. Next is the elevation reveal. This is a super simple movement that requires no tilt, just flying up or down. But it's important to have a large object in the foreground to fly over or under. Next, we have the bird's eye pull in, the bird's eye push out, and the bird's eye twirl.
Tip number one, I've noticed with Matt's footage, it seems to be important to shoot at the correct time of day, depending on the specific footage that you're actually shooting. For example, he shot at golden hour to emphasize the romantic element in a lot of his shots. And he actually shot midday for a few shots because it involved the tide being a little bit higher and the water being clearer.
Next, we have the high angle orbit and the eye level orbit. With these two orbits, it's very crucial to have the main subject in the same part of the frame the whole way through the clip. So next we have tracking forward and tracking back. With these two shots, it's important to match the speed of the main subject. It's simple and it's a great establishing shot.
Tip number two, using a polarizing filter can be used to reduce glare, cut reflections on say the surface of a water or on windows, as well as darkened skies. Most people don't know that you can actually purchase ND filters for your drone. This allows you to slow down your shutter speed so that you can have more of a cinematic, smooth look with your footage. This makes waterfalls or any kind of moving water look incredible. Guys, another tip, one cool thing you can do with your drone, say you're flying forward, you can actually scale outward and create a vertigo effect. This just looks cool.
The more advanced technique of the tracking is the you overtake and them overtake. This is a perfect way to emphasize speed, and this is a perfect way to reintroduce a moving subject in a new location. Next, we have the faux jib. This movement is meant to replicate the movement of a traditional film jib. This movement involves starting off low and then booming in an arc up high. After you nail this one, try adding a tilt to the shot, but remember, keep the subject in the middle of the frame. Next, we have the establishing flying forward and establishing flying back. You're not tracking anything in this shot. All you're doing is introducing a vast and beautiful landscape or environment.
Next, we have the parallax shot. Parallax means that objects in the foreground will move faster than objects in the background. These fast-moving objects in the foreground emphasizes the speed of the camera. Another cool thing, parallax also adds further depth.
Next, we have the low angle hero shot. Unlike past drones, the Mavic Pro 2 can angle up higher than 0 degrees.
I love this really cool scene that Matt did where he actually flew through a building using, I feel like, a seamless transition effect. If you want to know Matt's secret regarding how he actually does this without crashing into the building, he actually starts at the building and flies out and reverses the clip. Another thing that Matt loves to do with his footage is he loves to speed ramp. We've covered this in past tutorials. Another little trick you can do regarding drone footage is you can actually add a low, dull helicopter noise to the background. This makes it seem like it was actually shot with a helicopter. Might add some credibility. And guys, make sure you know the drone laws where you're shooting. Laws greatly differ from country to country. For example, in the United States, it's relatively easy still to fly drones, but here in Australia, it's crazy difficult, specifically in highly populated areas. Alright guys, let's take a quick break to pay some bills. I feel like a lot of us don't put a lot of thought into sound design when it comes to our post-production workflow. So I want you guys to check out my Instinct Trailer Cinematic Sound Effects pack. This pack contains a ton of droney, cinematic, epic, whooshy, impactful sounds that I feel like would definitely aid your next project. And remember, you guys can get unlimited downloads from my favorite transition packs, effects packs, title packs for only $33 a month in the link below. All right guys, we're almost done. When editing drone movements, it's essential that your shots consist of smooth and continuous movements. For example, don't use the end of a pan in your shots. When the pan stops, the shot stops. And also don't use the part of the footage that has any jerks or violent movements. Remember, just smooth and continuous movement. And remember, you can always use warp stabilizer on your footage just to add that extra layer of smoothness. And lastly guys, we have the ground skim. This is kind of scary, but all it involves is flying down low to the ground or water and flying towards or away from your main subject. Guys, we've reached the end of the video. If there's any other content that you'd like for us to cover, please leave it in the comments below. Please make sure to subscribe and like this video and click the notification bell so that you know whenever we release new content. Thanks so much for watching guys, and make sure to keep it chill. If you live in the Los Angeles area and you want to know how to make music videos the professional way, then get $100 off this awesome workshop by my bro director Matt Alonzo. Link below.